What up, guys? Welcome back to episode number 96 today of the My Player Career Mode. And in this one, we're going to see if Man United can secure the Premier League title. As I left you all off in the previous one, I did say that Man United can secure it today, mathematically, when they take on Arsenal in the first game, depending on if the results the results for Watford and Spurs go Man United's way. Or they can do it in the second game when they take on Watford later on. So we will know at the end of this episode whether or not it's going to go into the next one or if Man United will be crowned champions today. Meaning they'll have 2 of the 4 trophies secured and ready to head for the final 2. As you know, they already won the Carabao Cup. They're still chasing the Premier League, the FA Cup and the Champions League, which we'll see anyways. The quarterfinal of the Champions League in this episode as well. Next episode, we'll see the semi-final against Arsenal. So, by the next episode, we'll know exactly what's going on. I feel like I've said the word episode 15, 20 times so far. So, I'm going to refrain from saying it anymore, if possible, that is, of course. But, regardless, as we go into Game 1, we are going to be playing Arsenal here. And I did say just moments ago, depending on the results in the other games with Watford and Spurs, if Man United win here, they could be crowned Premier League champions. The side's a strong one. And of course, all the boys knew going into the game that it was going to be one situation or the other. They'll either have to go to the next game or they'll be champions. So, 7 minutes into the game itself, Ben running forward. Interesting tackle by Tonelli, the Arsenal captain, on the edge of his own area, which brought him down and meant that Manchester United had the free kick. Interesting enough, they actually had Tonelli and I think Stones at the back as well. So Arsenal have got a decent back, kind of 4 or 5, but they're going to struggle to keep Man United out at bay, I think, today. And Pogba stood over the free kick. Unfortunately, though, he couldn't get it on target. And that's where I think Ben should have been taking him. He wins it, so in my opinion, he should take it. However, wasn't meant to be. Pogba steps up and puts it wide of the post. May I add, though, it was narrowly wide. It wasn't like he completely missed the target. And then into the 15th minute, it continued the United pressure. Again, Ben on the ball, driving forward at this Arsenal back line. He plays the ball out wide to Gelson Martins. Martins pass back into him. He's actually a really good pass, to be honest. I didn't expect it to go through, but then Ben's curler comes off the woodwork. So I thought it was 1-0, just wasn't meant to be. And on the stroke of half-time, the worst time to concede as well, just before you go into the break. That's exactly what happened. Lukaku found in the middle by Jota, and the Belgian put it in the back of the net to give Manchester United the lead at Old Trafford and put them in pole position to win the Premier League in front of their own fans. But we didn't know at this point how Watford were playing. We didn't know how Spurs were playing. So all we had to do was just focus on getting the win, then worry about it later on. But nevertheless, it's a really nicely worked goal, especially from Lukaku's finish as well. As I said in a previous episode, before, he stepped up this season. He really has. Last year, he went hit and miss. He didn't have a great year, but this season, he has certainly stepped up, and I'm glad because we needed him in many cases. We needed him to start scoring goals. He hasn't hit the heights, but he's done better this season than he did in the last one. And we continued the pressure on into the second half, 60 minutes in. Only the woodwork denying Manchester United of a second goal there. Ultimately, though, Arsenal did not have what it took to stop them scoring. United winning the game, the fans celebrating the victory. However, I can confirm United were not champions after that game there. One of the games against Watford, I think Watford won in their game. I don't think Spurs did, though. So all it means is that when we go into this next one against Watford now, we have the chance to win the trophy with Ben and be able to get the second one secured against the team that could stop Man United doing it. So Watford being the only side who can stop them, it is over to them to make it happen. We'll see what's going to happen later on. But now we move into the Champions League quarter-final. Chelsea, the opponents. And I do believe as well that it is actually at home, the first leg. So it's always nice when you get the home leg first, because the way I look at it is, if a team scores, away goals against you, you then know how many goals you need to score at their ground, basically. That's the way I kind of look at it. Whereas if you play the away leg first and don't score an away goal, the pressure's then on if they do it in the second leg. So, yeah, I just like to have the home leg first, know what I'm coming up against, and know what we have to do in the second one away from home in order to advance through. So, in many ways, it's good having the home leg first. We have played so many games against Chelsea. It's actually ridiculous now. But we're going to get 2 more to come. The second leg and the first leg of the Champions League. The prize and offer, the semi-final of the Champions League. One side will get there. The other one will be knocked out of the competition. And that is the team that Mourinho decided to name against his former club, of course, former manager of Chelsea. But Chelsea's, it's not as threatening as we've said. You know, I've seen this before. Yous have seen this before in the episodes. Hand on heart, I believe that Man United have the better side here. And I do firmly believe that they'll be heading through to a semi-final. But they've got to perform on the pitch as well. And perform they did. 10 minutes into this game at Old Trafford. The home fans behind them. Lovely little pass into Ben there from Martins. He finds Lukaku. Lukaku running through. Takes it nice and early. And Courtois can't get close enough. And what a finish it was from big Romelu Lukaku up front. I said he's been stepping up. And he's just put United in front here in this first leg. When you look at it from the replay at first, I had a little bit of quarrels thinking that maybe Courtois could have done a little bit better. But then I saw the replay and I was like, okay, it's just a very, very good strike from Lukaku. Take a look at it now. First time, hit it nice and early, in off the post. Couldn't really get it closer to the corner if he tried. And that's probably what's beaten Courtois. The pace and the nice early shot as well. Couldn't set himself in time. And Chelsea are a 1-0 down. But of course, I always say I would much prefer to have a 0-0 draw at home and not concede an away goal than have a 1-1 draw or even a 2-1 win for that matter. So, yeah, they've still got a job. Even though they've taken the lead nice and early on in 12 minutes, they still have to defend in the later stages of the half. But into the last little kind of bit of the first half now, you can see Ben's original shot was blocked. He gets the cross in towards the middle, and that is just sensational. United 2-0 up. It's dreamland. Honestly, though, this is world class from Ben. Take another look at this volley from this angle in a moment. His initial shot gets blocked. He doesn't really worry about that. Jumps straight back to his feet after getting tackled there. You can see he sets himself, asks for it right now. There's the cross in. There's the volley. Chelsea 2-0 down. Courtois again beaten for the second time in a game. Both goals he could have done absolutely nothing about, because that is another great finish from Manchester United. And Mourinho was ecstatic on the touchline. 2-0 up, heading for this 2-0 aggregate lead. But there's still that chance that they could concede. A 2-1 win. Yeah, I'm still a bit nervous with that one. And Chelsea did get one opportunity to take an away goal. Falling inside the box with 13 minutes left. They couldn't make it count, though, hitting the effort over the top of the crossbar. And that was their only chance squandered. And with 8 minutes left in this game, Chelsea committed a few too much men forward, trying to get that away goal. Ben beats it a couple of times, lays it through. I'm not quite sure if that was a pass or a dodgy touch from Ben. Regardless, Lukaku runs straight onto it. And he makes it 3-0 to the home side with 6 minutes remaining. Caught on the break. Chelsea could do nothing against that. And it means that Manchester United take a 3-0 aggregate lead to Stamford Bridge for the second leg. I wasn't expecting to say that, but that's the situation they find themselves in right now. Courtois beaten by Lukaku for the second time in a game. And for Chelsea, this is going to be so hard. When they play at Stamford Bridge, they're going to need probably one of their best performances ever to advance through to the next round of the competition. But nevertheless, United job done. They'll head through into that next one. Very, very confident indeed. And now we move out of that and into the chance to win the Premier League title. Not necessarily a cup final, because even if they lose the game against Watford, all it is the delay in the inevitable. Man United are surely going to be crowned champions from this point forward. They're 21 points clear with 7 games remaining. As I said, if Watford win, they close the gap to 18. They can still do it mathematically, but all it would take is Manchester United to get a point, pretty much. So they're just going to delay the inevitable, even if they do beat them here at Vicarage Road. So I'm pretty confident that we will be seeing Ben lift a Premier League trophy. And I always think to myself, you know, when you get into this situation, it's just about making sure that you keep the momentum going. Because for the sake of Man United, even if they just wanted to have a little bit of a rest now and kind of think to themselves, okay, well, we've pretty much got the title secure. We can not play the best football here and just, you know, not worry about it. You can't go into the mindset of that, because they've still got 2 other trophies to try and fight for. So they want to keep the momentum going forward. And that is how the league table looks. As I said, the only side at the moment who can catch them is that Watford team. 21 points behind them in second place. They need to win this game at Vicarage Road in order to do that. They've got a very good squad of Watford as well. Not surprised to see them up that end of the table. Alban, Lafont, Van Dijk, some very big names in the side, considering the fact that we're 6 seasons in now, or 5 seasons in anyway. And they've got some very, very good players. Credit to them. Good little bit of business done by Watford in this series. Now, As I said, Watford, they've got to try their hardest to win this one if they want any chance at stopping United from the title. But when you start a game off like this and you come into it a little bit nervous and not only make the poor passing decision but then go diving in like that, that's not the way you want to start off a game. And Vestergaard gives away the penalty and gives Manchester United the opportunity to send them in front here at Vicarage Road. A really bizarre run of foot, I guess, play from Vestergaard. Initially giving the ball away to Ben, then he tracks his run in the box, gets beaten by the skill move, brings him down, and here goes Lukaku to put Manchester United in pole position. Can he do it? Good goal scoring form currently, but I have no idea why on earth he tried to chip Lafont. He did it, and he made himself look very stupid indeed. But then United, again, we just were biding time at this point, and the ball found its way through to Martins, who put the away side 1-0 up. They should have been leading from the penalty. I don't know why Lukaku tried to chip it. Doesn't matter now, though, because Martins has just put them in front in the game. Watford have to come from behind here to stop it happening now. And it's not the best goal ever you're going to see, but at this point, it doesn't matter how it goes in. All that matters is that it does. Nice, actually, I guess, passing play originally, but the finish, it's a simple one for Martins. He slots home. And then with around about 19 minutes to go, Watford concede the free kick. Watch this. For a moment, I genuinely thought we just pulled off one of the unbelievable free kicks. But not only does it hit the post once, it hits the bar then straight after on Jota's follow-up. Pogba with a free kick to the edge of the area. Ben hits it first time on the volley. Strikes it so sweet as well. Catches it really nice. Comes off the post. It falls straight to Jota. All he's got to do is put the ball in. And his volley comes then off the top of the crossbar. Man United hit the woodwork twice from the same position. Ridiculous. Nevertheless, as I said earlier, all they had to do was make sure that Watford didn't win the game and they would secure the Premier League. And there you go. Martin's 27th minute strike, the only one that separates the two sides. And it is the goal that gives Manchester United this year's Premier League title. They fell short by a point last season. This season, they made sure they turned it on and have won it with 6 games remaining on the board. So, very good performance. And I thought, actually, they get to lift the trophy within this game here. But they didn't. They actually didn't get to lift it. I was really surprised. Like, I let it play out and everything, and it just didn't happen. So, maybe it's gone back to the 38th game, and maybe we'll get to lift it there. I don't know, but all I know is that I thought they'd lift it there, because, I mean, they celebrated and everything, and I was like, okay, well, that means they're going to lift it, but they didn't in the end, and just before anyone says, I didn't actually skip it, it was just the way it looked in editing. I did actually let it play out and watched it, so maybe it'll be the next game, maybe it'll be the 38th game, we'll see anyways, because we're going to be playing in, of course, so we'll know when it is that they get to lift the trophy, and we'll be able to see Ben lifting another one up to the sky, or rather one of his teammates, the captain on the day. And now we move into the final game of today's episode, the second leg against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. 3-0, they've got to claw back here in order to take it to extra time and not concede. That is 4 to win the game and not concede either and go through to the semis. It's a tough ask for the London club. They're certainly capable of scoring. Whether or not they're capable of scoring 3 or 4, I don't know. But they've still, they've got players that can hurt us. Hazard, Morata, Castillo. They've got a good squad and one that can obviously causes a little bit of danger. And I want to say as well, guys, with episode 100 looming, we will be doing a live stream. I'll release the date and obviously the time later on, closer to the part, I guess. But yeah, stay tuned. I'll release it later and you'll be able to obviously know when it's going to happen. I'm going to try and do it at a time where as many people as can tune in as possible, so it's not just tailored to one audience. So I have to do that quite late at night, probably like maybe 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. So yeah, please bear that in mind. But going into the game, as I said, Chelsea needing to score 3. They found their first chance and the first goal of the game 72 minutes into the game. 18 remaining. I think it's going to be a little too late for them. I don't think they'll have enough in the locker to score another 2 now in the last 18 minutes. But if you did watch the Road to Glory career mode yesterday, you'll know that we were 3-0 down in a game against Manchester United at Old Trafford. And we came back to draw it 3-3 with 3 goals in, 30 minutes in that one. So it is possible. I've seen it done. I did it yesterday, the Road to Glory career mode. So yeah, there's every chance that Chelsea could still do it. Also, I thought, until this happened. As soon as Chelsea got away from celebrating that opener, they fell asleep. They lost concentration. They'd been playing really well up until this point, stopping United from creating anything. But the ball found its way to Ben. He lays it off, you can see here. continues his run. Nobody picks him up. N'Golo Kante, there's arguments for offside here. The Chelsea player's claiming it. He gets through one-on-one with the keeper. There's so much he could have done there. He could have tried to round him, dink it over the top, curl it past him. Instead, just passes it past Courtois. I mean, for Chelsea, it's a really, really big blow. But then you look at how well worked this was. He timed his run to perfection, did Ben. He asked for the ball to be played, and you'll see it. When it goes back, if you rewind it, he's onside because of N'Golo Kante, I do believe. And honestly, he timed his run to perfection to get in. Chelsea can be heartbroken all they want. They left Courtois exposed as soon as they let him get in one-on-one with them. In the end, it didn't really matter because Man United would still have been going through even if Ben hadn't have scored that goal there. But it just makes it look even more convincing. A 4-1 aggregate win rather than just a 3-1. It puts fear into the rest of the clubs in the Champions League. And just before we go, you'll be able to watch the Champions League draw and look at who Manchester United have just pulled after that. PSG still left in there, Real Madrid still left in there, Atletico Madrid left in there as well. So Ben has a possibility of playing against his former club or the club he could have joined in January. And I can confirm Manchester United did, in fact, draw PSG. There's a chance for it to be a Madrid-Man United final, Ben's former club. How cool would that be? But that's how it looks for the semi-finals of the Champions League, guys. That's it for today. I will see you all tomorrow with another video at 4 PM. Make sure you don't miss it. Hit that subscribe button if you're not already. And I will catch you all again from 4 PM tomorrow, guys. See you all then. Adios.